I love being the doctor of last resort. It means that you come in to see me and you've already had all the scary bad things ruled out. You're coming in to see me because there's nothing wrong with you, supposedly. And then when we go in and we find what's wrong and we start putting you back together and you've been told nothing else can happen, this is what I get up for in the morning. I do this work because my oldest daughter was diagnosed autistic, and we were told to join a support group and focus on raising my other kids. That got me started on this process. She's not autistic anymore. She's indistinguishable from her peers. That's huge. I do this work because my wife went to bed for 2 years and didn't get up. And we were told that it was a character issue. There was nothing wrong with her. Okay? It was a lot of work to go through and find out what's going on. I do this work because seeing her having a life again is huge. This is what gets me up in the morning, is to make this difference in your life. For my daughter, we worked with her, and this was part of my learning curve. It was really a huge amount of work, and it wasn't just what I did. It was a team effort, but that team effort had us working with her nervous system, had us working with her metabolism, had us working with retraining her brain, and we had a lot of help. But we got results that nobody else gets. We worked with the Wisconsin Early Autism Project, and she was the best outcome they had. Now, they didn't want to claim her because she'd done everything else, and what they were doing as a study was just, what does their technique do? Their technique was awesome, and it had a huge impact on her, but she got the great results she got because we did the synergistic approach, and we wouldn't let them talk us out of doing it all. So for her, it was all of those pieces in detail. For my wife, you should never treat your spouse. But we got no results anywhere else. And so after about 2 years of this, her body went autoimmune and she went hyperactive. So after 2 years in bed, she started getting up in the morning. And then cooking me breakfast. And then she started getting up before that and going running and cooking me breakfast, which was awesome. After 2 years of her being bedbound, like 23 and a half hours a day, we got really happy. I couldn't claim any credit for it because we'd already burned through everything I knew way before that. But then our energy just kept going up, and then she'd wake up and her heart was beating 100 beats a minute, and she'd stand up and it was 138. So she was exercising 24 hours a day. We'd been to a medical doctor just before that, and they'd given us nothing. So I went to the smartest people I could find in the alternative healthcare world, which was chiropractic neurologist, and within 15 minutes they told us that she was autoimmune thyroid. We did the blood work, we confirmed it, and we needed medical care at that point in time because with her heart rate going as what it was, she was going to blow out her heart. We did the radioactive iodine, killed off her thyroid, and now she's hypothyroid. And so from now, what I went to learn after finding out the only place we got results is I became a chiropractic neurologist. And now I care about everything that affects the brain, and everything in the body that affects the brain, and I care about everything that the brain comes down and controls in the body. So I am a holistic doctor with a very scientific perspective because I want to know, what do we know about how we put bodies back together and how they all interact? This is the kind of body we have. Then what it took to help my wife get over the hypothyroid, I thought, wow, I've got to do this study for her. And then I started recognizing it in my patients. And I started recognizing how many of my patients had this. And started bringing this work into the office, working with my patients, and they started getting better. And so now my practice is hypothyroid, chronic adrenal fatigue, irritable bowel, ulcerative colitis, autoimmune issues affecting thyroid and digestion especially, but really any autoimmune issues. Autoimmune issues affecting really exotic, weird systems in the body because it's autoimmune. And so my practice is now, how do we get the nervous system and the immune system to calm down and function appropriately again? And I got here because of my family.